Alright, sounds good. Just started using OBS, so I want to make sure that I'm doing okay.
Your mission is to infiltrate Giga City and halt the activities of Epsilon's organization, the Rebellion. I'm afraid the team that went in before you has likely perished. You are our final hope. If you fail this mission, then we will have no choice but to launch an indiscriminate assault on Giga City. The whereabouts of Epsilon are unknown. But we're getting an energy reading from a certain area of ruins. Survey the ruins first.
God, I love this game. Always have. Always will.
Nobody to greet us, eh?
Just as I expected. The radio's useless.
I can't believe they sent only the three of us to infiltrate this huge island. I mean, we're good, but I don't know if we're that good.
A large force would be cumbersome.
Keep things small and sleek, huh?
I'm no great hunter like you two. But believe me, I know this island's layout.
Well, we're in your hands, Shadow.
Okay, let's move. I know the perfect place for a hideout. Are you two okay? X, use those stairs. We'll meet up top.
This could be a trap. Be careful.
Finders keepers for any goodies.
Alright. Can't transmit to headquarters, we can't communicate to each other. If something happens, should contact you, be careful. And here we are. Megaman X command mission. Unlike the other normal X games, this is a 3D RPG, not a platformer. And I do appreciate the redesign that X got. It's actually one of my preferred designs. This thing looks cool. And we have this thing, which I'll be showing off later, but it's another thing that I kind of wish we got to see more of in other games. Over here, these are save stations. It's fine. Okay. These are little item gems. We boost into them. See what they have. I'll get into stats in a little more detail as I can. For starters, let's interact with this. Disable security in the first floor west? Sure. There's never something there. Yeah, I found activated what seemed to be security terminals. So the lock was disabled. Yep. So the doors that we unlock are for where Zero and Shadow are, and the doors they unlock are for us. It's vital. That's if we go through. First battle. What do we got? Bat Bones. So this game has a lot of different enemy types. Some of them are carried over from prior X games. So of course, X being X, we have the ability to charge our Buster as a special attack, and it acts as a shotgun to damage all enemies might notice they didn't appear to be all that powerful, but still killed them all the same. That's because they are bat bones. They die in one shot in the game, so they die in just as many shots here. These boys, I believe they're called patrol dogs. They're a little bit bulkier. We can see we have the turn order in the bottom right corner. Shows the order ahead of time, allowing you to plan things out accordingly. As befitting of the Mega Man X series, there is not just our main weapon, which is our X-Buster, which does quite a bit of damage. But yes, as they are telling us, we should also use our sub-weapons, which are attached to the X and Y. In this case, they are just small missiles. Sub-weapons usually do only little bits of damage, or can be used to help put on status conditions or what have you. Let's see, we leveled up. You might be noticing this trail of fire X has behind him. It's called a scarf. You can do more with that later. Read me, go to the middle floor. I have a feeling you'll find something there. A la classic X tradition, we do have sub-tanks here. We can use them in and out of battle to restore our health. And anytime you see one of these yellow gems, it will give you sub-tank energy. Some of them respawn, some of them do not, so it doesn't particularly matter, and we haven't used any, so we can just avoid it. Ultra Cat, Mobile Bobcat, Wild Django. FM modification system, oh green, rollout okay. FM is just talking about a system we'll get into in a little bit. Hey L, I'm doing okay. How are you? Computational humanoid, Dr. Psyche. FM modification, all green, rollout okay. It's good to see you're doing okay, L. Super heavy cannon, Silverhorn. Also all okay. Light armor aerial Reploid, Mach Gentra. How did it go? There was one there also. It must be the Reploid production pods. There are 4 pods here, all finished production, the Reploids have left the pods. 4 pods at his side too, all customization was finished. First detail with you, not optimistic about the future. No Shadow, I wouldn't be either if this was your first day on the job. Okay, we're gonna check the upper floor. Doors here have been destroyed, no need to unlock them. Lock the doors on your side, we should both be able to proceed. So it seems that we have found some Reploid production pods, which is interesting, and they had some not particularly nice sounding names. It's a PS2 game, multi-platform. It was for GameCube and PS2. I am playing the GameCube version. Monies. Security breach detected in 2nd floor west. Well, Zero said the door was already broken, so it couldn't have been them. Doesn't matter who it was. Yes, more backbones.
Charge shot! Now! Yeah! I did it!
Have you ever played this game before, Al? Yes, many enemies indeed. Never? Ooh, this is gonna be a newer experience for you then.
Charge shot! Now!
I'm gonna take care of those backbones first, and now we've got the patrol dog left. I actually like this game a lot. I've played through it many, many times. I have always enjoyed it. And probably one more here.
I did it!
Boost shield. So that's for in battle only. I think? No, it would be permanent. Played X and 0 on DS, also Star Force. Well, this is a pretty cool game. I certainly enjoy it. Maybe I'll hold off on that build. I don't need the subtank now. This is an RPG? Yes, this is an RPG, turn-based RPG. Plasma Reploid Knight type Scarface. Function process on green. Nothing here. Unknown energy manipulator Epsilon. Warning, error occurred during production, Reploid requires maintenance. Sticking to high performance Reploids are complete. I think the neuron 2 were produced, one of them was Epsilon. In case you missed the opening cutscene, L, the premise for X and company being here is they were sent in by a government to put down a rebellion being led by a Reploid named Epsilon. What do we do now? 4 high-performance units and 8 combat units. Quite a squadron, no wonder those who arrived first never made it back. Continue investigating, we'll have to act cautiously. I think they say there's something upstairs, we're going to see what it is. And of course, in typical now they mentioned 8 Reploids and 4 high-performance. That's, of course, you play only X. No, we will get other party members. X is the only character you'll ever see running around, unfortunately. I do kind of wish they allowed us to change who our map character was in some capacity, like other RPGs. But I think X looks fine enough that I'm not too perturbed about it. This has always been one of my favorite designs of X. I know in Megaman X Dive, they gave Command Mission X his own version. Melt Missile. So green is going to be, if there's a green item, it's usually going to be either sub-weapons or force metals. So in this case, we have access to the Melt Missile. It'll show us right on the bottom of the screen, it'll tell us what it is. So weapon energy, or Wii. That's how much it takes, how much power it has, so how much damage it'll do. And we have micro missiles, which we're currently equipped with. Single weapons just fire 1 missile, and that's all it does. And the melt missile has a chance to lower the opponent's shield stat by 10%. And you can see our stats right over there. Power is, of course, attack power. Speed will affect your turn order. Armor will affect damage from combat or C-type attacks. Shield affects damage from shot or S attacks. There are, of course, elements. I believe they showed that. If they didn't, if we didn't, here's the screen that shows us elemental affinities. It shows that X is not particularly weak to anything, but he also doesn't resist anything either. This is the room we would have normally gone to. Here we go. We can show off that melt missile now, and yep, there it went off. So now, because I reduced his shield stat, he's going to take more damage from my missiles as well as my blessing.
I did it!
Yeah, we're going to get quite a few characters in our party. There we go. Hill security in 3rd floor west? Yes. Not synchronized. Terminal on this side received a synchronization signal. 2 terminals have to be operated simultaneously. Send 3 auto signals. Press A when you hear the 3rd signal. Oh, Jesus. Synchronized. Okay. I continue to watch the Chucky series. It's still good. That's good to hear. Alright, so we've taken care of that, and suddenly we have a loading screen. Interesting. I wonder what it could be. Hello! Oh god, the Mormons! We use those terminals, we gave ourselves away. Engaging rebellion troops, commencing attack. Stun gun. So this is an enemy called a Prion. They are the standard trooper for the rebellion forces. Still not a big issue, just a little bit more powerful than what we were fighting. X-Heart and LE plus 100. So he dropped some force medals for us. GG. Dark's destroyed, never seen this kind of enemy. Something must be upstairs, heading to the 4th floor to investigate. And we have a little tutorial screen on how force metal works. I can probably summarize it faster. Essentially, force metal is going to be your extra equipment, like your standard equipment for RPGs. Each character has their own amount that they have. X has 4 slots, some characters have less. And we can see, of course, there's descriptions of what each force metal does. In X's case, there is an X-only equipment called X Heart. When he is KO'd, once per battle, he will be revived with 10% of his maximum health, which is always good. I always have that on him. LE plus 100. It has an erosion of 3, but it raises your max health by 100. We can see the immunity stat down there. What this means is that force metals have erosion values. When that number becomes equal to or greater than that immunity, there is a chance for unfortunate things to happen, such as you could start the battle off poisoned or blinded, and then there is, and that's just when you're in warning, when you're in the danger phase, which is when you're like really high out, you're really overclocked and overpowered, you could straight up just, that's when it's like every turn there's a chance for something to happen, which includes, but is not limited to, instant death. There's a room, I don't see anything here. Looks like we can meet up here, waiting for in the central floor. And oh, look at this, a save machine and some items. Lovely. Back up is a revival item. Specifically, it revives you with all your hit points. If I remember correctly, yes, full life. And then there's build shield, which there's a difference between build and boost items in this game. You'll see both. Which hour for the stream tomorrow? I'd say probably it'd be around 1 o'clock. Well, 1 o'clock for my time anyway, so whatever the hour is now, subtract 1 from it. We should be okay. You know what? Yeah. Sure. It's 8 p.m. here? Oh, Jesus, I'm so sorry I keep you up so late, Al. So... yeah, so I guess for you it would be 7 p.m., but for me it'll be 1 p.m. Now it's not late. 8 p.m. sounds late to me. Okay, I go to... okay, for me, I go to sleep at 10, so I can get up for work at 5, so that I can work from 6 to 5. It's like 2017. Listen. That's late to me. Don't you start calling me an old man. I'm not old, this game only came out in 2003 or 4 or something. Zero, you're safe. It took you so long. You know I can't stand to wait. Zero joined the party. Yay! Interesting fact, this game features all the same voice actors that are in Megaman X8.
Who the heck is this?
And it's also the introduction of the actors for X-Zero and Axel into the series. And they are my favorite voices. X is voiced by Mark Gatha, who nowadays is a DDS, so he is technically Dr. Mark Gatha. Zero is voiced by Lucas Gilbertson. He is still a voice actor. And so far, of the characters we've seen so far, they're the only two that I know of. Off the bat, anyway. Anyway, we have Zero in the party now. As you can see, he's probably going to be much more of a close combat unit as he has a sword. And essentially what happens is we have a situation where this is the boss called Hip Oppressor. If I try to use X to attack his head, that little barrier comes up. Protected from S damage. That means that X's missiles and shots will not do as much damage as Zero's combat or C damage will. Now there is a way around this. All characters have something called Hyper Mode.
Here goes nothing.
For X, it's called X Fire. Hyper modes are pretty much unique to every character. With X, personally, his gun changes into something called the X Collider, causing him to do combat damage as well. His loadout changes. It is predetermined. I cannot change the loadout on the X Fire. Of course, here's the Shark Missile. I do have the option to destroy it, but I chose not to. And Zero's is called Black Zero. The X-Fire, as its name would suggest, is a fire elemental armor for X. He takes less damage from fire, more damage from water. But also his health goes up, as well as most of his stats. With Black Zero, his health stays the same, but his attack power goes way the hell up. This is actually a callback to X2, where if you gathered all of the Zero pieces, you would have to fight a black-skinned replica of Zero. And here is Zero's action trigger. We get to play Street Fighter!
Take this!
And with X's Hyper Mode, the Charge Shot becomes the Charge Collider. Do this. And I don't know if you've noticed, but there is a... There is, underneath their health bar, there is the WE meter, which is filling up with a percentage. That will determine... That is what determines how far you can charge the action trigger. It's okay. Yeah, this is fine, trust me. Look, see? It died. And we gain bonus experience for defeating it within a certain number of turns. Every boss will give you that. Next, it's level ups. Oh yeah, leveling up will also restore you back to full health, so that's always nice. And he dropped for us a Fire Missile and a Guard Buster. We're leading to the upper floor. West block, Shell's gone ahead, follow suit and catch up with them. Let's equip those on our boys now. Fire Missile right here. And the Guard Buster. Lowers X's speed, but increases his power, armor, and shield. And more Force Metal. Speed +1 and power +1. Zero has only 3 slots for Force Metal, interestingly. We'll put speed and power on X, why not? And as you can see, his immunity has also gone up. Some levels, some characters, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Characters' immunities will go up as their levels do. Not one-to-one, I think it's based on like certain benchmarks, but just because a character has an immunity at one point does not mean it'll be that way forever. Zero go. Life gain. Sub-tank. Yeah, that move Greedy that the Prion uses It's actually a very low accuracy move with a very high chance to critical hit. You can see already that X is much more powerful with his new weapon.
Don't move!
And dead.
I did it!
And the weapons have you, and the weapons are the things that you'll see changing the most on your characters. They do mostly have unique models. There are a couple of them that repeat, but usually there's a reason for it.
Shadow, are you okay?
Yeah. But look.
Epsilon?
Indeed, it is I, Epsilon, the Rebellion Army Commander.
Well, well. So the great commander came out just to greet us?
I have heard many things about you. The great Maverick Hunters, X and Zero. You truly are elite Reploids. Won't you fight alongside us? Fight for a common vision.
Shut your trap, Maverick! You're in no position to make offers. This is 3 versus 1, buddy.
Oh, but is it?
Shadow? No way!
Shadow is a believer. He understands our goals. I'll ask again. Whose side are you on?
Okay, Epsilon. My answer is... this!
Zero!
Silence. Show the commander some respect.
Zero! Behind you! Zero! Zero! Whoa! Oh no.
Join us, X.
I don't care what your vision is. You're still a bunch of mavericks. And as you know, I am a maverick hunter. Shadow, I can't forgive you.
Why, you won't get away!
Let him go. He will be back. My subjects, the time has come to show the world our vision.
Zero left the party. That was the first chapter already done with.
Where am I?
X, you've come too. This place is known as New Hope.
But what about Zero?
Take it slowly, X. I don't know what happened, but you've taken some serious damage. This is the Resistance hideout. You can rest here.
Chapter 2, Recapture Central Tower. Yeah, so we are in the Central Tower. This is New Hope. People call it a city. It's more like a group of interlinked buildings. Citizens are doing their best to chip away at the rebellion. Back when we had our leader, Chief R, and his aid, will be much more organized. But the rebellion, well, think about it this way. Think about what they just said. The Resistance is fighting the rebellion. Where's the government in all this? Apparently, wherever they are, they're doing it so poorly that we have to have a vigilante militia be the one to fight the rebelling vigilante militia. And we have a quick little item shop here. Vaccine. Virus status is basically poison. Anti-lock, the bind status is basically paralysis. Only really all it does is it, I think, cuts your speed. So you just won't get your turn order very much. So otherwise it's not really that concerning. Cure 1 heals everything except for death. Reboot is basically backup, only a quarter of your health instead of full heal. Mega Fire is a consumable fire attack. It'll do 500 damage with its fire attribute. Let me try to go this way. We can see the map in the lower right corner. In front of the building skirmishes, always repair and construction work going on. It's possible to get around. And we have these boys called Sign Droppers. These are another Mega Man X kind of sort of staple. I don't remember which game they're introduced in, but they're fairly common enemies as well.
Charge shot!
Let's hit them with a charge shot like the Batmans. And kill them.
I did it!
You can see they had what are called virus bombs, where they drop them. They're once per battle use, but they will drop it on you, do some damage, and inflict virus status. There is a very rare alternative to the Sign Dropper called the Zenny Dropper, where instead of it dropping virus bombs, it has a bag of money, and its evasion is sky high. Sand Splash, and there's the blind status. God, I hate it. Blind status does the same thing it does in pretty much every other RPG. It lowers your hit chance. And unfortunately, it's a permanent status, so... do I have anything to get rid of? Blind. Clear vision. Cool. That's exactly what I needed. Just what I needed. There we go. Oh, I had 2 of them. That's good. Vaccine program, build power. Looks like you're feeling better. Real mess when they first dragged you in. Thunder Gunner. Where are you heading? You'll be winning Chief Bar. He got captured by the rebellion. That hurts. Interesting. So it seems that the resistance leader has been captured. They're trying to bargain with him. Factory requirement. I guess they're in construction. Portland. Yep. Found herself in a new place. This place, Central Tower, is in a region called Giga City. It is an archipelago. Central Tower is its own island. The ruins we were at were their own island.
X, can you hear me?
Colonel, I have some bad news. Shadow betrayed us.
What?
The mission plans were leaked. They got Zero.
X, Are you okay?
Colonel Redips? Shoot, I can't get a clear signal in here.
Federation agents have illegally entered Giga City space. Repeat, illegal entry. Report any sightings of suspicious Reploids immediately.
Intruder seeing patrol dog? Are you kidding? I'm as ordinary as they come. They literally just saw me on TV, and yet, nothing happens. What's this talk about independence and the rebellion? Sounds like something a Maverick would cook up. Indeed. 2 ways of going. Now the door is locked down. What do you say? Shopping street of the town alert, they've closed off. Save machine, why not? Figure machines. Okay. I will get more in depth with what these are later. They're completely superfluous, but figures are a thing. They're purely for like a collection and completion, but yeah, they're a thing that'll take time. There's a rebellion, now an illegal intruder. Everyone looks scary these days. I have to keep an eye out for any blue guys. You're blue, aren't you? How come you? Jesus. The Jaguar and the I'm scared stiff, but hearing noises from outside. Don't dare venture. Please keep me a secret. Centralized locked by resistance become active. Rebellion vastly outnumbers the resistance. And send me more than a little concerned. More else is aspect. It's awfully tough. Expanding its wings even as we speak. Gonna watch the new Dexter season? Well, I didn't know they came out with a new season of Dexter.
Hold it. You're X, aren't you? I heard about you on the news.
That face.
Sorry, but I had to report you.
You're with the rebellion forces?
I'm not a supporter of Epsilon, but shouldn't you, as a Reploid, support the idea of our independence?
Huh? Who are you?
Trust me, I didn't do that for you. I'm neither Maverick nor Rebellion. But if I brought your head to the Rebellion army, it would fetch a pretty penny.
A bounty hunter.
Well done, chump. That's quite a grasp of the obvious you've got there. Now let's rumble!
I'm gonna give Dexter a proper ending with this season. Alright, I tried watching some I watched a couple episodes of the first season of Dexter and I couldn't get into it. Alright, so this is Spider, aside from one of the fan favorite characters.
Here goes nothing.
He is our first, I guess, mini-boss, kind of. The music playing right now is Spider's theme, I think. I think it's his... No, it's not his theme, it's just like a general, mysterious theme that they have, that's right. But anyway, yeah, so he opens the battle with counter card, but you don't have to do it for your thing. If you shoot it, he'll counter. You know what you can do instead? X-Fire, Ghost Combat, and it goes away. And this is a normal attack.
You're pretty good.
Spider is a fan favorite character, but he's also the source of a lot of fan theories regarding this game.
Drat. was ready to finish you off. We'll pick this up later. The more you run, the higher the bounty.
Wait!
They'll get me good, don't worry about me running this. Shouldn't you be running away? Yeah, I probably should be. I always liked this art style in this game. I always thought everywhere looked pretty cool and neat. You don't get to be outside a whole lot either, so it's always nice to look and see. We got a lot of intricate designs in the world. There's another figure vending machine, but this one deals specifically in passwords. I don't know any of them. Yeah, Power Charge, which is another sub-weapon. X-Fire comes with Power Charge on it at all times, so essentially what it does, it just will double the damage of your next attack, ideally. Oh look, a Zenny Dropper. They have very, very high evasion stats, so I doubt I'll be able to hit this thing even once. Hey, I did it! Will it run away? It's kind of late, isn't it? Oh, it's fighting back. Interesting. Damn. Yeah, every turn the Zenny will double, and every turn its chance to run away will go up too. Yes, it died. How much money am I getting? Give me that money! 800? Okay, that's not too great. Other areas, I think, have Zenny droppers as well, and they go in. They'll drop a lot more.
You are the Maverick Hunter X, are you not? I am Ale. I am a member of the Resistance.
Okay, Ale, what's going on around here?
Well, if you have made it this far, then you've probably already figured out that the leader of our resistance, Chief R, has been caught by the Rebellion Army.
So, you've come to rescue Chief R?
Yes. That's why I came to the Governor's precinct. But alone, I will not stand a chance.
Well, I'm here on a reconnaissance mission. Rescuing Chief R might be the best way to get the information I'm after.
Thank you, X. Well then, if you're going to help me... You had better take this ID. With it, you will be able to enter and exit the Governor's precinct.
Well, I'm the nostalgia guy, remember? So you don't have to.
Ale, wait!
There is no time. Leave them to me. Just go!
Ale, look at the condition you're in!
Please. You have to help Chief R.
Ale!
I will not let you pass.
Ale.
So Ale just self-destructed. Now, I gotta say, I think those prions are supposed to be intimidating in this context. It's very hard for me to be intimidated by things that have to hop everywhere. Kind of sad? Yeah, it is kind of sad. We didn't get to see Ale for very long, but he definitely showed up. This is... I know a lot of people are like, we shouldn't have characters just for the sake of killing them off. I was like, well, I don't know. I think it was... He kind of demonstrates something. He kind of demonstrates that there are people here who are willing to throw away their lives just to try and get away from this rebellion. You know, the point where man's got no legs, and it still tried to do it. And Ale's a pretty interesting character for me. Didn't jump right away, of course it did. I might get into why I think Ale is interesting. That's not going to be till a little bit later. Something about the map I don't think I mentioned is that it will show you doors and pathways that you have not been through, show you what door you just came in through, and it will also show items on the map as well through blue dots. Yeah, we may not have known Ale for very long. We're going to see he's a little bit more significant than he first appears. Who goes? Did you say X? Legendary Maverick Hunter? My friends are trapped on the other side of the door. And here we go. Security guards, more prions. Your warranty is up. I'm pretty sure you would have to be a robot in order to think that was a threat. Although I guess the human equivalent is you've outlived your life expectancy. Which is kind of stupid, but at the same time I love it. I don't know why. I kind of want that to be a thing now. I want that to be a thing somewhere. Just somebody saying, you've outlived your life expectancy. Stab! That's like a joke somewhere. Oh dear. And dead.
I did it!
Yeah, that was the stun status, or bind they call it. Not particularly dangerous.
Yeah, lousy meddler. But you do live up to your name as a legendary maverick hunter.
A little too much for a common soldier?
What? Spider. So, you think you can beat him?
What'll it pay?
Oh, so it's money, is it? Very well. If you can stop X, you can have as much as you like. In good time, we, the rebellion forces, will rule over all. Once we do, there'll be plenty of money to go around.
I don't care who rules over who, but I could use a blank check.
That was Wild Django. Ale? Yes, see, ever since Chief R took him in, he looked up to the Chief like a father. Take this data backup room where Chief R is being held, security card. Bring the back loaded with goods. Need supplies, just have them share their things. So, as we can see, this is where we're at. Not too bad. So here we get 200 Zenny. This room gives us Ultra Fire, same thing as Mega Fire, but it attacks all enemies and does 1000 damage. Saffron here is our item shop. We can buy these things from her, same thing as we could from the first shop down below. Cumin here is our weapon shop. By the Firebuster. Doesn't have the defensive abilities, but it is more powerful and is fire element. We must buy fire missiles, micro missiles, and the Tomahawk. Has an incredibly low hit chance, but is very cost efficient in terms of power and weapon energy usage. What about this Firebuster? I believe one of the enemy encounters we could have fought had Firebusters a very low drop, but I didn't get it, obviously. This is our Force Metal Shop. We have Thunder Guard, Power, Armor, Shield, Speed, Virus Protection, Vibe Protection, Decoy, which will act as a revive as well, but it will be destroyed after it's used, and Analyzer. Analyzer is something that's very helpful, not necessary, but I usually buy it just in case. And Thunder Guard by now. What Analyzer does is it allows us to... not that one. It allows us to make use of the Analyze command in battle. Which will allow us to see what kind of an enemy we're fighting, because there are some weapons that rely on that knowledge. It'll show us their elemental weaknesses. Cover your vitality. Yep, okay. Got that. It'll let us see Analyze will let us see elemental weaknesses, it'll let us see what level and what type of enemy they are. Let us do a whole lot of, learn quite a bit about them, including what items they drop. And how we can get them. Oh hi. God damn it. This is an Einhammer. I'm not sure where the face is on this thing, but it's somewhere. It is, see, not weak to anything, but can drop power +1, build shields. All nice and good. Let's go after... I'm going to show this off. So how Einhammer works is... they're not particularly powerful right now, but they do have some pretty high defenses. But if you take out their partners, in this case it would be the Sentry Dog, I think it's called. Losing a friend, it becomes violently angry, uses the skill Break Shield, essentially destroys his shield stat down to almost 0, and in exchange increases his attack power.
Shot! Now!
There's a critical hit, only knocked him down to half health. These things have quite a bit of health. Devil Iron, oh dear, that was a mistake. Need more defenses since you're alone in the beginning. It's fine. See, he's dead.
I did it!
And even then too, don't forget, we also have the X Heart on us, and level up just gave me all my health back anyway. And don't forget too, we have X Heart, which means that X will revive once per battle. And X himself is pretty all around. He's not the strongest character, but he's pretty decent at taking hits or dealing damage. That's how much damage we normally do, not particularly a lot. I'm gonna try and focus my energy on that for now. I'm gonna try and focus on taking him out first. Oh right, that happens. I forgot. Gotta love it. Dead. Blue shield boost power.
Oh, shoot! Weak!
And dead.
I did it!
Moving on through. Data back for tomorrow. Will it be your first collab? It will be.
You've really stirred things up, X.
It'll be my first collab.
Which is perfect for my line of work.
Filthy bounty hunter!
The name is Spider. Now say your prayer.
I think this is Spider's name, actually.
Too bad for you, but I can see you like you're in slow motion. This ID.
Don't touch that! A money grubber like you doesn't deserve to lay his hands on that. That is all that remains of a Reploid who gave his life for his beliefs.
So he died?
Yes, that's right. He sacrificed himself so Chief R could be saved and the rebellion forces defeated. A creep who does dirty work for small change has no right to lay hands on Ael's soul.
So, he gave it to you after he died, huh? Sorry, Django, but I'm through with this job.
Yeah, blasted bounty hunter! You won't get away with this! Calling all guards! Destroy both of them!
Hey, buddy, hop. Oh shit, they got here fast.
Yeah, I may be a dirty bounty hunter, but I won't defile a friend's soul. I'll take care of this trash on the way home. You get moving and help Chief R.
Wait! What do you mean? A friend?
There's got a bit of development for Spider there. It seems he knows Ale. And yes, it will be my first collab tomorrow, Ale. It will be my first ever collab. It'll be very interesting to hear and see what we're going to be doing. Distance Fighter's here. We're not letting this one get away. Electric scissors. Blinded us, but it's okay. This is our first instance of the Prion Spark, a new type of enemy. It's another type of Prion, thunder element. Takes more damage from fire. You notice there's a steal tab. Currently, X does not have anything that would allow him to steal. Neither could we have bought something to allow us to steal. But it is all the same here. Because we will eventually have the ability to steal items off of our enemies.
Blink!
It will be my first ever collab. Now tomorrow with Final Fantasy XIV will be my first collab. Very excited for it. Are you excited for it, Al? Impact uppercut. Oh no.
Can't be. Thanks a lot.
The power of X-Art.
I did it.
Good. I'm glad to hear you're excited. I know Ellie and I are going to be starting from the beginning. We're going to be doing our best.
Chief R, I'm here to save you.
Thank you, but who are you?
I'm X, a maverick hunter, sent by the government.
So you're X. I see. What about my men, the Resistance?
I managed to rescue a few of the imprisoned, but it's possible that others escaped during the attack. And Ale sacrificed himself to allow me to come this far.
Ale? He did that?
Yeah, my good friend R. So, you refuse to work with the Rebellion Army?
I've already explained to you. You could scrap my whole body and even the smallest screw would resist you.
R and X, you are utter fools to resist the future kings of the Reploids. Yeah, but enough. I believe that it's about time that you too
Spider?
are cut down to size. I'll bring this whole building down to the ground too, right along with this dirty traitor.
An explosive device?
Yeah, you won't have a screw left to resist after this.
No.
Chief, can you think of any way I can defuse that thing?
I can. If you go to the monitor room where Django was, you can stop it. I'll stay here and tell you the route. Don't let me down.
We are in a countdown. No business with the storage room. Who cares? You get 300 zenny. We have a countdown timer, so we just gotta go, go, go. I believe the countdown still moves forward even in battles, so getting through these as fast as possible is recommended. It might help if I had healed myself.
Okay.
These are Prion bits. They are also non-elemental, so they are just like that. We can see what the things that they do are. They summon these tiny floating enemies called bits, and they have the ability to boost each other's stats. They mainly focus on boosting speed.
Charge shot! Now! Yeah!
And dead.
I did it!
So, Elle, what do you think of this game so far?
Take that! Weak! Oh, shoot! Charge shot! Now! Yeah!
Dead.
I did it!
Okay, it looks like it may not continue through battles, which is good. So, no, I've seen some games, some RPGs do timers that keep going through battles, so... Let's see what's going on. Oh, hey.
Charge shot!
Yeah, it does.
Now! Yeah! I did it!
That tank parts give us new tanks. We need to collect 4 of them to get a new tank. Oh, here. Okay. Not what I wanted. That's fine. That's not important. Command room is to the left. Prions.
Oh, shoot!
Yes, even our opponents can use the Mega and Ultra Elemental moves, like Mega Thunder there. Only unlike us, where it's a straight 500 damage, they have actual statistics involved. And oh yeah, just about every status condition will go away on its own, on a random chance after so many turns.
I did it!
But that turn count resets. It resets in between battles, so it's not always the best idea. So he turned off the self-destruct, and he's trying to escape to the heliport. And yeah, we did level up. And now we're hearing regular old music, the actual theme music to this place. Save machine. I think probably once we get rid of Django, we'll call that a stream session. Back up, let me just make sure. Okay. This Thunder Guard, as you can see, with the Thunder Guard, I now take less damage from Thunder, which is nice.
You cancelled the self-destruct? You meddling Maverick Hunter!
Django, what you're doing is wrong. I'm gonna take you down.
You gotta be kidding! Yeah! You're a fool if you think a single Maverick Hunter has the power to take me on.
I feel I should mention that Django's voice actor is eating the scenery more than anything else.
So you used this to sneak into the building.
Like, I think someone told him you're playing a cat, and he just ran with that.
Spider!
Django! Keep your hands off that! Creeps like you have no business touching it! Back off, if you know what's good for you.
You don't know when to give up, do you? Fine. I'll make short work of you both! You have a death wish?
Spider himself is the first person that we're going up with. Here's our boss Django, weak to fire, normal from water, absorbs thunder element damage. We can steal a Protect +1 and a Thunder Guard off him. You can drop a sub-tank and the Thunder Buster, which is a weapon for X. Let's try our luck on the item capture. Nope, didn't work. Okay. Spider is a very interesting character in terms of his combat abilities.
Here goes nothing!
So one of the things that Spider comes with is a force spindle called Bluff. What this means is that the very first attack aimed at Spider, no matter what it is, will always miss.
Ow, no!
Hey, still a Thunder Guard off him. Nice.
Ready?
Here's Lightning Rod. Django uses, as we can see, it allows Django to steal speed. Other main attack of Rolling Assault. And hey, Spider showed off the other unique thing he can do. Spider, to my knowledge, is the only character who has the chance to auto-guard. Pair. Okay. And this is Spider's action trigger, where we play poker! Okay, L, what do you think I should do? Should I stick with my pair? Or should I go for the Royal Flush? Because I literally just need an Ace of Spades to make a Royal Flush. Which, with Spider, is the most powerful thing he has. It'll do massive damage if it goes through. Otherwise, I just get what's called a thumb. Yeah, yep. You want me to go for the Royal Flush? Okay, let's try it. Okay, I ended up with a pair. That's still fine. the Royal Flush, or as the game calls it, Royal Spider Flush, for most enemies is straight. Okay, so how the Royal Spider Flush works is it does a lot of damage, but before it does damage, it calculates to inflict the crash status, which is straight up instant death. And Spider's hyper mode is called Trickstar. What is it? Well, it's quite simple. He's invisible. With Trickstar, Spider becomes immune to any and all attacks aimed at him. He will not take damage. He cannot be afflicted with status conditions. But he will keep any that he had going into it. As we saw, X had the block prompt show up. That's because Shocknail has a chance to inflict virus, and X's hyper mode prevents him from getting status conditions as well. X is just generally a very useful character to have. Now the reason why you actually don't need to wait until Spider gets 100% weapon energy for his action trigger. The only thing is that how his works is, of course, all of them can be used starting at 50%. With Spiders, the higher the percentage is when you go into it, the more likely you are to get the components of a Royal Flush. Allegedly. I don't know the math behind it or how that would work, but from what I understand, that's just what I've been shown. That's just how it is. From what I understand, that's how it is. And of course, Royal Flushes are always nice. Okay, and we have a fumble. But once again, all the makings of a Royal Flush, just minus one card. So here we go. And we have a straight, which is perfectly fine. Each hand that Spider can pull will have different effects. Pair and two pair hits twice, two pair hits twice but has higher damage. Three of a kind will hit 3 times, but in 3 different elements, 1 fire, 1 water, 1 thunder. So not particularly useful for this fight. As we can see, there was 2 pair, I believe is... I already went through 2 pair, I think. Oh god, so yes. X was fine.
Here it goes. Oh, shoot.
And you're probably seeing, we can afford the backup, it's fine. Spider, it's okay. X was gonna be fine. Yeah, Spider, always useful to have. Yeah, as you can see, the straight has him attack, I believe it's 5 times. Yeah, I think with the straight, Spider attacks 5 times.
Ow, no!
Flush, he will attack every enemy with 1 big attack. And just to demonstrate my point, we're going in at 50, which is the bare minimum. And look at this hot garbage. I don't want to gamble away on a 50, so I'm going to keep that pair, see what we get back. Tri-card. Oh, that's not good. As you can see, we kind of healed him. So, that was not good. And charge shots.
Charge shot.
And with the charge shot with X, the weapon energy.
Oh no!
I don't think it boosts the damage all that much as it does. It's the critical hit chance. I think is what that is. And there he goes. He dead.
I did it.
GG indeed. We got a sub tank and a Thunderbuster. Spider and X both level up.
Thanks, Spider. You really helped me out.
X, you defeated Django, didn't you?
Chief R. Yes, I did, but without Spider, I would have been in trouble.
I see. Spider, I give you my thanks. You fought for our comrade, Ale.
Ale was my partner, back when I started bounty hunting. I goofed, and he got wasted for it.
I see. Quite a lucky coincidence that you were here.
A coincidence? I bet Ale was the one who brought us together.
How fitting.
Spider has joined our party. It is indeed the case. Spider is a party member for us.
We somehow managed to regain the base.
The base, huh? That's great. But what good does a base do us when there's just 3 of us?
You're quite right, but I have an idea. 30 miles northwest, there's an old force metal mine on Tiana Island. Reploids at the mine who resisted the rebellion army are still trapped inside. It's essentially a POW camp.
So if we bust the Reploids out, they might join us?
Yes, and there's one girl we really need. The system operator, Nana. If we could rescue her, she could restore functionality at our base.
So here we are. So that's our current objective. We'll be moving into that next time, but for right now I just want to do a quick review. We have Spider here, we can talk to him, or the Airbus started operating. Goes back to the South Square, we can use that to go find shops, which I'll show in a bit. We have a little room here where we can restore our life energy and our sub-tanks for when we need to come back for whatever reason. Show the south side, some of the stuff we can do. Got more NPCs to talk to here. Supply management, so this is... You can see this is a veritable city with actual workers and things. We got suppliers, we got people. The NPCs will change frequently throughout the story and will have different things to say. Figure tokens with the figure machine. Insert 2 tokens and you get a figure. They're made purely for completion percentage. Here with the green stall, we have our weapon shop. Let's buy any variable weapons. We have the Thunderbuster, which Django dropped for us. The Jack of Clubs, the Jack of Spades, both are weapons for Spider. And the Scope Buster. Scope Buster is non-elemental. Has a higher crit chance, though. But otherwise is just 2 points weaker than the Thunderbuster in terms of damage. So depending on how you want to go about it, it might be worth your time. Spades and clubs. So this is a little bit of an oddity with Spider's weapons. Whereas X's weapons tend to focus on being elemental, or just generally covering bases and weaknesses, Spider is not. So Spider has a thing where when his weapon energy hits 75% or more, he gains, his attacks all have an extra effect added to them. Right now he has the Jack of Diamonds, which will make it so that when he kills an enemy, extra money is dropped. At least I believe it's the Jack of Diamonds. The Jack of Spades makes it so that when he does that, when we reach that 75% condition, his attack turns into the flush attack in that it will attack all enemies. Clubs, it will turn into the pair, which will allow him to attack twice, but at the cost of having lower defenses. I usually prefer the clubs, just because they're generally more powerful, and hitting twice is better than only hitting once in my opinion. And we of course have our sub-weapons, Thunder Missile, Tomahawk. Rust Missile lowers attack damage, Slime Missile lowers speed. I don't personally use those very much, I don't usually do a lot of debuffing. No, he had the Jack of Diamonds is the one that does. Yeah, Diamonds. Okay. The Force Suit Hearts makes it so that when Spider kills someone with that, they will drop extra experience points. So depending on your priorities, it might be good to invest in a couple of suits. Item shops, as you can see, we can buy reboots of Mega Thunders here. And then we have this man, the General Merchant. General Merchant will carry all the stuff that prior shops we've had access to in the past have carried. Essentially, these guys have a lineup, and the lineup changes when you enter the newest dungeon. So this is a starting lineup. The second we enter into this chapter's dungeon, their lineup will change, and all their old equipment will get shoved into this man, right here. Here, Teleport Center. We can use her to go and revisit past areas. Like I said, it's an archipelago, so we can't exactly walk. You can see general locations of where stuff is. And there is a reason for us to go and revisit places, but we'll get into that in a little, in the next stream, I think. Next one, maybe two. You have more Force Metal Shop, Water Guard, Life Energy, Weapon Energy, standard stat ups, all that good shit. And as we can see, going back this way takes us to this place, where we were before. So I am going to go back to where we were. Alright, I better equip that Thunder Buster on X before I forget to. And the airbus is free at all times, so don't worry about it. But it is also the only way to go to those shops in Central Tower. If you try to go back the way we came, it'll be blocked off. I might show that in another stream, but yeah, we cannot go back the way we came to get to those shops. You have to use the airbus. Save our game here. And with that, I will see you guys next time. See you guys next time, alright?